Now, anyone who knows me by now knows that I am not afraid to use visual aids. And how often do I tell you that I hold in my hot little hand something? Well, today, I hold in my hot little hand a ballot. Perhaps the strangest word in the English language. I can't know for sure because I don't use dictionaries or reference books of any kind. But I hold a ballot, and I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, what position just yet, because I thought I'd give you guys a lecture. This lecture is on the history of the Republican Party, and it starts in 1953. So, get out your pens and your paper and whatever, let's take some notes. There's going to be a quiz next period, guys. 1953. The president of Iran is pissed off at Britain. Britain then goes to Eisenhower, and Eisenhower says, well, okay, and goes and deposes the Iranian president. And that's when the Shah comes to power. And the Shah was oppressive, and everyone hated him. And in 1979, he and the Ayatollah formed an anti-American government. And Capitol Hill said, rumble, 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 we can't have this. So soon after that, Saddam Hussein comes to power as a puppet for war. Seemed like a good idea at the time, didn't it? Unfortunately, things don't always go according to plan. I forgot my line. Again. Things don't always go according to plan. And Saddam comes to Uncle Reagan, and Uncle Reagan then arms Iraq. And because of this, Saddam's able to defeat Iran. Job well done. Except, in the summer of 1990, Saddam Hussein invades Kuwait. Oops! And Desert Storm begins, and we go to war for 18 months. 1998. In 1998, William Jefferson Clinton, the greatest president in America's history, launched a 3-day bombing campaign on key Iraqi targets, which became known as Operation Desert Fox. Britain helped. The problem is, Clinton's administration is coming to an end. And he doesn't have the time needed to go after the next biggest threat to America and her interests. You see, he's got Saddam right where he wants him. He doesn't have the time to go after Osama bin Laden. But he left George W. Bush a detailed plan outlining exactly how he would go after Osama bin Laden. Perfect timing, too, because right at the beginning of his administration in 2001, the World Trade Center fell, and America goes to war for 10 years. Now, those 10 years weren't entirely spent on looking for the man responsible for the World Trade Center. The logic here was, well, hell, while we're over here, let's go on over and clean up Daddy's mess. So, W wastes the better part of a decade going after Saddam Hussein. Alright? Wonderful. And finally catches him, too. Great. But now, W's reign of terror is coming to an end. And who did the Republicans send to bat next? John McCain and Sarah Palin. We don't know what bullet we dodged. John McCain would have taken us to war for another 100 years. He would have died, say, year 2 of his presidency, and Sarah Palin would have taken over, and she had no idea what she was doing, so we would eventually be bowing down to our new overlords. Thank God that didn't happen. We got Barack Obama instead, and I know that there's a lot of conspiracy theorist nuts out there who absolutely hate Barack Obama, but, you know, whatever. Barack Obama, in less than one term, went and got Osama bin Laden. Also took out, what was this? Mahmoud. Gaddafi. Colonel Gaddafi. He took out Gaddafi. Great. Well, he helped. He helped. But we have another election coming up. And who are we faced with now? Rick Perry. The man who is going to end Barack Obama's war on religion. When the hell did that start? Why wasn't I notified? Honestly. I would have been right there in the front lines. But Rick Perry, God forbid you become president. But if you do, I want to be the first person to go on record saying this. Fuck you, Rick Perry. I hate God. Now, I like to draw these things out to their natural conclusions. In 2013, President Perry launches a 21-month war on atheism, the unfortunate consequences of which are that shortly after, in the summer of 2015, World War III begins and America goes to war for 62 years. Now, after World War III, not much happened because the world was largely barren and lifeless. But after 200 years, humanity once again began to eke out an existence, and in 2277, President John Henry Eden assures us that there was an election and assures us that he won. So what's up with this ballot? Here's what's up with this ballot. I am voting for Rick Perry as the worst Republican ever. Yes, indeed. Because I think the proof is in the pudding. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're just going to hang it right there. So, that's my show, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.